This is great. Here I am. I'm on Rice Street. I'm at the old, originally, I think it was called the Burger Chef back in the day. And then it was a Hardee's in the mid-'80s. And I can't tell you how many times I drove through this drive-through right here and I got a burger. Matter of fact, there was one time I had like a 1966 Chevelle. And I frickin' came through here. I ordered a couple burgers. Remember, at the time, I'm maybe 17, 18 years old, no driver's license, nothing. And we're on Rice Street, don't forget, because that's what this is about. I'm from Rice Street. So I'm waiting for my burgers, just like you do, and the Chevelle overheats. There's water pouring out of it. It's stalling out right here, right where we're at. But what's special about this area here is there's little things that you take from growing up here. Like I said, I moved here in 1980. I think I was 12 years old. Maybe my math is a little bit off. But this man, Bones, a gentleman that has been on Rice Street, for me, that's when I knew of him, 1980. We used to have a shop there. It wasn't a shop, it was a home. It was an old home with a storefront next to Ron's Bar, 873 Rice Street, and we lived in it. Me, my stepmother, or my mother and my stepfather. My fault, slipped on that one. You know, we didn't have much money, but we had this great storefront window, and you could see out on the Rice Street. Now, you got to remember, being a kid from Minnesota, this is a small town to begin with, but to me, Rice Street, this was hopping. This was the city, and you'd be surprised. You drive down it now, it's very small, but to a young kid, it was big. And here, we just moved here. And Bones, gentleman that would walk up and down the street. He had a broom. That's all he had, was a broom. And you would see him occasionally. He would work and work and work. He would sweep, and the local businesses would give him money to sweep in front of their property. And when he wasn't getting paid for it, guess what? He was out there doing it anyway, for free. Why? Because this is where he lived. This is his home. Spending hours, hands and knees, cleaning out a crack. Precision. Because as you would walk by him, young kid, mind you, you'd see 7, 8 rows of cracks, all done perfectly. He's on the 9th one. And you know what? It was great because this is midsummer. When he'd be doing this, he'd have his shirt off, getting a tan. And there was a piece to it that I think at some point everyone has got to envy. So this man, one time, Bones, is sitting down relaxing at the old dry cleaning building. That's what I knew it as. And I think it was even closed down at that point. Maybe it had been refurbished and turned into a dry cleaning. I think it was just an empty building at this point. Right across the street from 873 Rice Street there, by Ron's Bar, if you're from the area. So Bones is sitting over there, and I'm watching him through the window. Now, I've always been a softie my whole life. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if you'd even label it a softie. But I went and I got a can of soup, or whatever the hell it may have been. Maybe it was chunky soup if I was doing real good. I doubt it. But I made him a bowl of soup, and I brought it over to him, and I said, Bones, here's a bowl of soup. Now, you know, he didn't acknowledge me much. Maybe he nodded to me, if that. And I walked away. Now, I wish I could remember if I got the bowl back. I got to think I did. I probably told him I'll get the bowl later. Maybe I did. Who knows? So, years go on. You know, if you grew up on Rice Street back in the 1970s, late 70s, 1980s, there was no computer. There was no internet age. We would just walk up and down the street. You'd get a big gulp from 7-Eleven and sit on the wall. It used to be this concrete wall. So Bones would interact. You'd see him every frickin' day. It was part of life. Now, do I know Bones? No. I don't know who he is. You know, no one ever would stop and interview him about his life. You'd pick up a little bit here and there, but you knew him because every frickin' day you seen him. And you'd say, hey, Bones. Just walk by and passing. You'd see him working, cleaning out those frickin' cracks. Well, in the late 80s, that building, my parents had moved out and left me with it, and a buddy of mine decided to open up a skateboard shop in it. Wow, what a dream that was. I didn't have the money to do something like that, but my buddy was from a good family and had money, and he came in and actually was able to kind of clean it up a little bit, and we had every kind of frickin' skateboard you can imagine. And the local kids would come there, and well, it was just, you know, it was great. It's just what you would dream of. That's your job. You're working on skateboards all day. Well, we would have Bones because we skated, and if you live in Minnesota, there's crap all over the sidewalks like this all freaking year long. So skateboarding, it don't work out too well. You're hitting every damn crack as you're going down. Very irritating. So we would tell Bones, hey, can you sweep the front of the skate shop? You get out there and you do that same precision work. So that we could skate it without hitting the damn pedal and falling on our faces. We'd give them $5, you know, $10, whatever the hell it was. Well, times have changed, haven't they? But I don't forget about Rice Street. I left Rice Street. I got out. Remember, I always wanted to get out. I didn't fit in. I hated it, to be honest with you. I dreamt I'd stare west at the sun and go, oh, I got to go to California. I got to do this. I got to do that. Well, you know, I have a home now. I don't live in this area anymore, but yet here I am. And, you know, in my business, I buy and sell antiques and collectibles. So I actually come back over to this area, and this is where I hunt and find my treasures. But this is where I go to look around because I can't get away from this frickin' place. Even though it's not the same, I'm drawn to it. And every time I see Bones, well, not every time, but most of the times, I'll pull the car over, get out, go up to him, very hands-off, non-approachable. You don't want to be threatening, and I give him money. Is it charity? No. I give it to him because, I don't know, it just seems that's the thing to do. And I'm not a rich man, you know, but I certainly know that $5 ain't going to kill me. That's the truth. So, Rice Street is still here. I'm still here. The Bones is still here. And I guess Burger Chef Hardee's is still freaking here. And across the street was the old Speedy Market as well. I think it was. That's what you start to question. That's why I'm trying to make this film. I want to give the kids of today a little bit more of the history than what they see now. There was a lot more, let's call it flavor back in the day. There weren't so many boarded up buildings. There were all kinds of little businesses. But Bones is still here. So, I love that, right? Still above ground, and that's what counts. So enjoy your life, wherever the heck you're from. But remember, I'm from Rice Street. Thank you.